Um, Foremost, I want to start out by giving all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rak, Kadosh. Salutation to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teach 100% true. Shalom, Barak, thumb to them for the edification and knowledge, and double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS groups and ones alike. Teach 100% true. Shalom, Barak, thumb to them. And the foremost, before anything, give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rak, Kadosh. This is going to be a quick lesson. Read some verses relating to prophets. We'll go to Isaiah 58:1. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. So that trumpet is that warning, man. Symbolically, it's the prophets. Prophets are that trumpet, warning specifically the nation of Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, what's to come. Huh? And through the spirit that the Lord put in them, they warning the nations what's to come, relating to prophecy. I want to go to Proverbs 1. This is Proverbs 1:21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying. Now that represents symbolically this truth, and that truth represents a she, which is Sophia. This is the truth and knowledge, man. So she's crying, and that relates to the prophets, put in the spirit that's prophesied on a concourse, chief places, highways and byways, prophesied among the nation, things to come. They crying out loud, such as in Isaiah states in Isaiah 58:1 of prophecy, the things that's happening and will be happening. And I'll just go to number 22. How long, ye simple ones, ye love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. That relates to the wicked. So how long will they like their folly and foolishness and continue in it, even when the prophets are warning things to come? Turn at my reproof, correction. Behold, I will pour out my spirit into you. I will make known my words unto you. So it's pretty much telling you, turn back from your ways. Turn back from the ways that's not in your best interest and come back regarding this truth and knowledge. I'm going to go to, that relates to the wicked, man, because the prophets are prophesied on highways and byways and chief places and concords to the nations of people, man, specifically the so-called blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, about things to happen. But they're going to be overlooked, they're going to be laughed at, mocked at, not taken seriously, because realistically, because who they are. And from the optics, they're not going to be taken seriously, man. Now, for somebody from the churches that had credibility, especially in the eyes of this society, then they might take it a little bit more seriously. But because there are a certain group of people that mostly that prophesize, they're looked at a certain way, in a denigrative way. So they're not respected, and they're not taken seriously. But they weren't taken seriously in the ancient times either, and certain things came upon them unexpectedly to their ruin. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to Acts 7:48. Shalaki Acts Acts 7 and 48. How about the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands? That relates to the churches. These foundations and buildings that are made with hands. The Lord's not dealing with that. That relates to these modern day harlot churches, man. Let me read it again. How about the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. We are the temples, the church. And the prophets are that church, man. So you go to them for the knowledge and truth, because they speaking out the real knowledge that the churches are not going to speak, relating to prophecy specifically and the things to come. And like I said, because most people, they see certain individuals out in the highways and byways prophesizing, they look at them like, who are these guys, you know? So, and the prophet's been doing this a long time, you know, a very long time, starting from the elders and down, elder apostles and down. So they're not taken seriously. But the churches, because they don't have a building, you don't have something that's credible and reputable in the eyes of men, you're not going to be taken seriously. So they look at you as, who are you? You know what I mean? You're nothing. And that's the optics in the eyes of this society, man, because they judge outwardly by what you have. You know, materialistically, money. You know, they judge by the outward appearance, but not. But the Lord judges in the heart. And that's in 1 Samuel, I believe 16, 7 or 9 verse, something like that. But they're not taken seriously. But it's going to be to their own doing anyway, because the prophets are just prophesizing the message. They prophesizing the message, you know what I mean? So, as I say, don't hate the messenger, hate the message, because that's what they hate. They hating the message. They don't like what's being said. You know, but it's ultimately either it's going to be for their benefit or to their ruin. Let's continue on. Now, relating to the prophets, Mark 6 and 4. That's the one. This is Mark 6 and 4. But Yahweh said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country, among his own kin, and in his own house. So the prophet's not respected. No respect to the prophet, man, because they're not taken seriously. They're not no slick talking pastor that talks smooth in the churches, demanding money from the congregation plate, from the whole congregation, and put into plates. They're not. They're not. They don't have no. They don't have no standing or backing as far as from a financial aspect, as far as in the eyes of men, relating to having an establishment such as a church, a building where they're gonna go into. So they're going to be looked at as not credible. So that slick talking pastor with the church, deceiving the congregation, getting money, and not benefiting the people in the church, and plus not really teaching in these churches the true meaning of what's in the scriptures, especially relating to prophecy. They're going to look to them more than the actual people who are speaking the raw, unfiltered, through the spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahshua has put into them to speak what's really to come. Now, this is just a few verses regarding relating to pretty much a prophet's warning to the people, because the people want to hear what the good stuff. They don't want to hear the bitter. This Bible has a lot of bitter. There's a lot of bitter in here. That prophecy is bitter, and a lot of people don't want to hear that. That being said, I'm going to begin to end this. This is something short. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadish. Salutation to the elders and apostles, GMS groups and ones alike. Teach 100% true. Shalom Barakathon to them for the edification and knowledge. And give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadish. The water Shalom. Thanks.